Welcome back, True Seeker. I switched up the audio settings because you guys said there was a little echo. That might have just been with the guest, but if you guys can let me know if anything sounds different on this stream, I'm just trying to tune things up in a little bit. We will take guests and see if these alternate audio settings solve the problem. Part of me thinks that what's been going on the last 2 days is really a StreamYard issue since I mostly stream through StreamYard because no settings have changed in the last, couple streams where it's been an issue. But yeah, just trying to resolve the problem if possible. We got a congrats to the winners out there. Maybe somebody was a good listener. If you're on the live stream today, we said the games of the day look like the last two on the baseball slate. Cardinals and Rangers look like winners. The Rangers have been doing this pattern lately, man. It's crazy how they keep lining it up. Yesterday, the Rangers got the 205th home win over the Mariners on the 205th day of the year. Today, on the 206th day of the year, they got the 206th home win over the Mariners in the all-time series. And the Cardinals, a little bit different type of narrative, but just had a lot of nice numbers. Said, yeah, those look probably like the two best games today. And they were both beat downs. So anyway, that's not what the stream's about. But hey, since we got a congrats to the winners in there, I'm pretty sure that's somebody who supports the Patreon and took advantage of today's advice. And again, this is a numbers-oriented channel. We follow the numbers because the numbers reveal the rig, if you will. And from rig sports to rig news, all meant to distract, divide, control the populace. And, one of the things that many people are divided over is sexuality. And personally, I don't know why so many people let sexuality be such a divisive thing. It's a cultural phenomenon across the world. As someone who lived a lot of his adult life in Seattle, it can be awkward to be hit on by another man when you're not into other men. But it's not really something that you have to let ruin your day or make you hate other people. I did have an experience once where I went with a friend to a singles gathering, and it was for heterosexual and homosexual couples, apparently, which I didn't realize when we went to it. And I wasn't even there looking for anybody because I was in a relationship, but I went with a friend to support them. And that night there was this huge Italian man that was probably around 6'8". That's like the most annoying experience I've ever had in my life. He wouldn't leave me alone all night bringing me food and drinks. And I was like, buddy, I'm definitely not interested. But as someone who's 5'10", I kind of felt like, oh, this must be what it's like when a woman has a man that's about a foot over him and just won't leave him alone and keeps hounding him. But it didn't make me hate gay people. It was an annoying experience though, because he was so persistent. It would not leave me alone. Anyway, these stories, we've covered so many of them just like this over the years. They are cookie cutter. And the point to understand is this isn't some random nut job that went and did this tonight. This is an orchestrated event in Berlin for an international headline that has a psychological impact. It touches that thing that's in so many people's mind, just this programming around homosexuality. A lot of straight people really don't like the Pride Month celebrations. They'll say, hey, do we have a Pride Month for heterosexuals? But again, for heterosexuals, we are the majority. You see a lot of people who are in minority groups, groups who've often been hated on. They do like to celebrate being the minority. And again, just another thing you don't really need to let upset you that a group of people are celebrating what they're into. Granted, sometimes it can get a little bit weird, but just don't be around it. It's easy to not be around it. Usually where the pride parade is in a certain area of town. You don't want to see it, just don't go there. But again, the point I'm trying to make is this stuff is constantly being done to keep the world divided. And this is like killing multiple birds with one stone. It's also another act of terrorism. It's a justification for the state why you need the state's security measures. You know, they'll use this for the excuse for more police, more militarizing of police, more flock cameras, more surveillance state. But yeah, what I've been showing for over a decade is how perfect these rituals are and how they are perfectly coordinated with the government officials. And let's take a look at the leader of Germany tonight, as well as the mayor of Berlin, and see just how perfect the ritual is and why Berlin is the absolute perfect city to have a ritual like this, attacking a pride event. And keep in mind, you know, I suppose like many governments, Germany has a history of governments being in there from the Weimar Republic to the Nazis that weren't too fond of homosexuality, so it probably plays on that as well. But yeah, look at this, you guys. Every news network has the same phrasing: vehicle driven into crowd, right? And you can see the gematria. If you're new here, this is the Kabbalistic practice of coining numbers into words. Why English? Because English is the language of the world. Again, the Jesuits. The Germans should know about the Jesuits. You know, the Illuminati was founded in Germany by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. But the Jesuits in the 16th century implemented the calendar and standardized the English alphabet with 26 letters. Both things have spread across the world. Clearly, a system was put into place at the end of the 16th century based on this Kabbalistic knowledge, because again, just follow the path of history and you'll see Adam Weishaupt and beyond. But anyway, vehicle driven into crowd, 257. How does the majority of the world write today's date? They write it 25/7. And better yet, the leader of Germany, from his birthday to today, is the 257th day of his age, on the date that can be written 25/7. Vehicle driven into crowd, 257, 257, the day count from his last birthday. And also noteworthy, 257 is the 55th prime number. He was born in 55. And again, if you're new here, teach 4 base ciphers of the English language, the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26. The alphabetic order with numerology, and then the reverse alphabetic order and the reverse alphabetic order with numerology. But the first couple of years I did this, I only talked about the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with numerology. So these 2 ciphers, again, just taking the alphabetic order with numerology, pride event is 55. So they're calling this a pride event. P is the 16th letter. The numerology is 16 is 1 plus 6 is 7. R is the 18th letter. 1 plus 8 is 9. So that's how P becomes 7, R becomes 9. I is the 9th letter. It's already a single digit. So I's 9, D's 4, E's 5, so on and so forth. So vehicle driven into crowd at a pride event. Okay. I'm going to come back to some of this stuff in the middle, but I want to scroll down to here. Where this happened at is on the 52nd parallel north, right? And the word pride is 52. Pride's one of the 7 deadly sins. That's not biblical, though. That comes from, you know, Catholic dogma. But pride, 52 on the 52nd parallel. And guess how many days from the mayor's birthday it is? Oh, wow. 52 days from the mayor's upcoming 54th birthday. And I said at the beginning of this year, you got to watch out for everything connected to 1972, because this year will be the 54th anniversary, 54th birthday. It's been a nonstop trend. Why does it matter about 72 and 54? Again, the people who are responsible for the language in the calendar. This happened at a place called Tiergarten. Tiergarten. These are the 4 base ciphers. You see the 54? Tiergarten 54. Jesuit Order 54. Terrorism 54. With regards to the Illuminati, founded by the Jesuit in Bavaria, Bavaria 54, forwards and backwards. And again, the Jesuit headquarters, you can look it up. It's the Church of the Jesu in Rome. The address is 54. The Jesuit logo is the sun, S-U-N 54. Of course, the Catholic Church began worshiping the sun. The sun moves 1 degree on the astrological wheel every 72 years. The mayor, born in 72, turns 54 this year. This ritual sync with his 54th birthday. You can see that other overlap with Tiergarten in Jesuit order. You see the 153, that ties in with the Illuminati. The Illuminati is 153. It's also 63, as is Tiergarten. Possible this is a CIA operation. The CIA was founded in a major Jesuit ritual. They have the 117 connection. What else is up here? You know, you just saw how, well, the terrorism connections there as well. It's an act of terrorism at a pride event. It's a hate crime. It's another divisive thing. You know, there are people that will see this headline and they'll silently cheer it on. There's people who will see this headline tonight, they'll be disgusted. And with inside, they will become more and more divided in this world, more and more polarized. And really, that's what the news does to pretty much humanity with every last story they give us. And this happened in front of what they call the Brandenburg Gate. I probably should do some more research on where that came from. But I noticed it has the Gematria 266, like Isu Salvatum Salvator, the Jesuit motto, and we just experienced the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, who was the 266th Pope. He spoke here once upon a time in the United States in the Capitol on the 266th day of the year. Of course, the U.S. Capitol was pretty much settled by the Jesuits. And let's see. Brandenburg Gate happens to have that gematria 67 and 86, like blood sacrifice and human sacrifice. It's hard for a day to go by in this world without those numbers being encoded in a death ritual. You know. Hi, sweet girl. Today's also, for the record, the 86th day of the Illuminati's age. And what did you get from? Oh, a lighter. Huh, where'd the lighter come from? Oh, I realize it's getting dark in here. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. Okay. But yeah, it is the 86th day of the Illuminati's age if you measure from May 1st. And funny enough, the mayor's name equals 51, just like Adam Wise Up. Like how you can write 5-1, May 1st. This Brandenburg Gate, which I didn't do any research on the history of who put it there or why. It's 235 years old, though, this year. The Society of Jesus is 235, the formal title of the Jesuits. 52nd parallel north, also the 13th meridian. You know, we're talking about the Illuminati here. They completed this thing in 1791. 91 is the 13th triangular number. Illuminati, 13 families. 26 meters tall, this ritual in 2026 in front of it. So, yeah, I mean, just par for the course. You see this stuff all across the world. A major ritual, a major international headline, something divisive, something that'll instill fear, something that'll justify the presence of the growing police state across the world. And the reality is this was carried out by the authorities. The 52 days from the mayor's office, this 52 is a high number of authority. Authority equals 52, as does government. Words like president equal 52 over here, White House 52. Kabbalah is where this whole thing of letters and numbers comes from. Kabbalah 52, the Cabal 52. Gematria is the practice of going numbers into words, on and on and on. The 52-week calendar for the Pope. The Pope, obviously, an office of authority. The Jesuits, the military order of the Pope. Not to mention it is the 25th. And for the record, today's 51 days before the Pope's birthday, or you could also say a span of 52 days. 52 days. So, yeah, we have that headline. The 16 injured. I mean, I'm telling you, if you went there, are there actually 16 people injured? Is there even anyone dead? Sometimes they completely psyop these things. But they usually make up the numbers for symbolic reasons. The Jesuits have existed since the 16th century. And another thing about 16, I pointed out how it's the 257th day of the leader of the nation's age. You could also say it's 256 days after his birthday rather than the 257th day of his age. 256 has a square root of 16. So could be something more to that. But yeah, so you have that, and then you have this as well. This has been a top story all day before the Pride ramming. This has been the focus all day in the international news. France and Spain, who just did quite well, both countries in the World Cup, again, like I've said, you get a sports championship, expect the death, expect the destruction to come. Spain had the ritual train sacrifice at the start of the year, which was perfectly coordinated with their rigged World Cup championship. And if you're going rigged, yeah, I should have been here a year ago. We told you why Messi was going to be there a year to the day, and then a few months later, we figured out that Messi gave Yamal a bath when he was a baby, and we said, "Oh, there's your World Cup. Look how it all lines up." And sure enough, Spain, Argentina. But look at this, you guys. You see how they got this all up here? You see how they got a sign with a 70 in front of the fire? They got to tell you it's July 25th. Let's just go down and take a look at this. In the 4 base ciphers of the English language, you can see where in reverse fire is 70, in reverse with numerology is 25. You can also see forwards it's 38. And of course, Spain just won their 38th game, winning the championship, not to mention champion equals 38. And then the 29, well, football equals 29. So, little ritual for the rig football. I mean, it's just business as usual. Seattle won the Super Bowl here this past year. 52 days from the floods. The Seattle area suffered devastating flooding. Flood equals 52. When you write out 6 as a word, it equals 52. I bring that up because 6 rivers flooded in the Seattle area. And then they brought Phillip Rivers out of retirement. And he played Seattle 6 days after his 44th birthday. After 6 rivers flooded in Seattle, 52 days from the rigged Super Bowl. And not to mention he was 44 at the time, and then the flooding was 44 days from Bill Gates' birthday. But Mr. Climate Change, who all of a sudden isn't Mr. Climate Change, now he says, hey, man, keep building the data centers. Who cares how much water they use, how much carbon, who cares about all that, says Bill Gates. Build the data centers. Like, whoa, what happened the last 30 years of the crusading of climate change? Now it's use up all the water, raise the temperature for, I mean, these people on the world stage, man, interesting puppets. But yeah, that's where we're at. So anyway, I mean, I don't know how much more obvious it could be. That's like they're begging you to learn gematria. What's with this shot? 70. 70. Make sure we put the 70 up there in front of the fire on the 25th. Let's make sure they understand why it's today. We really want everyone to know. So, by the way, you guys, Spain, they picked up their 132nd points winning the World Cup in the United States. United States of America's 132. And just for the record, it got that name on September 9th, 1776. Remember the American Revolution and then the French Revolution shortly after they came after the establishment of the Illuminati. But the Illuminati was founded May 1st, 1776. And again, 9/9/1776, 131 days later, or the 132nd day of the Illuminati's age, just happens to be the day that the United States of America was named. And if you want to throw a the in front of it, it's 99 forwards like it was named on 9/9. So, yeah, you got those stories. And yeah. And then I had more people ask me to cover this. I've already covered it in last night's stream and today's stream, but I know a lot of you guys will only watch about the first 10 minutes of the stream. So hopefully you guys can make it this far into the stream so you don't have to ask me another time to cover it for the third time. But yeah, former NFL player who won Super Bowl 49 with the Patriots has died, supposedly taking his own life. And last night when the news broke, it was a little bit different details. Last night, he had taken his own life on July 23rd. Today, they updated the story that he's now taken his life on July 21st. But I want to show you why both dates seem to matter. Last night, this part kind of matters. It's not that big of a deal. But last night, when the story was that he died July 23rd, it was 49 days from the season opener between the teams that faced off in Super Bowl 49, which is the game he played in, Seahawks and Patriots, which was also last year's Super Bowl match. Washington, Super Bowl, and NFL have that 49 connection. But then they said, oh, no. Actually, that's not the date. It was July 21st. Like, that's interesting. So you guys were off by 2 days, huh? So July 21st is the anniversary of Tony Bennett's death, who had the song I Left My Heart in San Francisco, which matters because July 21st is the 202nd day of the year, and San Francisco's 202, which is where the last Super Bowl was played, which was the rematch of Super Bowl 49, which he played in. Not to mention he also played for the 49ers. Opera app bundle would like to act. What is going on? What is Opera app bundle? Why does it want to access my microphone? I don't even know what that is. Sorry, I don't know if that pop-up could show on the screen, but it just popped on my screen. Like, what? Anyway, yeah, 202nd day of the year now. And again, he did also play for the 49ers. And from the Super Bowl to his death on July 21st was 163 days, which is the 38th prime, which is how old he was when he died. And July 21st also leaves 163 days left in the year. Not to mention, I just got done explaining why every single year on July 21st, we cover stories just like this. Because go back to what we covered on July 21st. There were stories just like this. Now we get one days later. And part of the reason I really zeroed in on what happens on July 21st is because it just happens to be yours truly's birthday. So I've noticed every year on my birthday, there's stories just like this. And being aware of this knowledge, you go, I see. Also, in light of him playing for the 49ers, who hosted the last Super Bowl, don't forget they're the big gold team. They won their first ever Super Bowl on the anniversary of the gold rush beginning, and that was Super Bowl 16 with Joe Montana, number 16, who came from that Notre Dame Catholic team that wears gold. Yeah, look it up for all you NFL buffs. Did you know that the 49ers won their first Super Bowl on the anniversary? And here's what makes it even sweeter. It was the 134th anniversary of the gold rush beginning. When you spell out 49ers is 134. And you see 49ers is also 163, the 38th prime. I almost forgot that detail. The other year, the 49ers hosted the golden anniversary of the NFL, Super Bowl 50. Don't forget, we told you at the start of that season why it was going to be Broncos over Panthers, the 38th state versus the team who lost the Super Bowl 38. We told you why Von Miller would be the MVP and why the halftime show would be about the Black Panthers at the start of the season. USA Today had to write a hit piece to try and make me look like a nut job, even though I was proven correct a million times over. And we've done it a million times since. But anyway, Murder by Numbers has the 3-8 connection like 38, Murder 38. The movie Murder by Numbers, again, came out 38 weeks after Sandra Bullock's birthday. Killing, Death, R.I.P., Gematria, English, Kabbalah, all equate to 38. Again, there's practice coding numbers in the words. Gematria comes from Kabbalah. And it really is just super repetitive. Once you learn this, you just see how repetitive the ritualism is. Some people hate my channel because it's so repetitive, but again, I'd say those people are kind of a little bit slow, short bus rider types. It's important to show how repetitive it is. Yeah, it might not be the most fun thing to watch. It's definitely not the most fun thing to expose every day, but it needs to be exposed because it can be learned, and if enough people learn about it, it can be stopped. Shout out to Jonathan. We haven't seen Jonathan in a minute. He said, after over 10 years of us talking about the same ish, nothing has changed. Well, not enough has changed. I wouldn't say nothing has changed. I mean, you had Cousin Mar call in today, one of many people who benefited from the knowledge. Cousin Mar was homeless until he found the knowledge. He turned 85 into 85,000 off the rig sports. Kind of story that, a Hollywood movie should be made about. They're not going to do it because it exposes the cabal, and Hollywood doesn't expose the cabal. They make a lot of movies making it look like the CIA's a bunch of heroes, government's a bunch of heroes. They do make plenty of movies showing how corrupt police are, and some politicians, but they do more movies making people think, oh yeah, there's the great U.S. government keeping the world safe from all the bad guys. They do a lot more of those. Pure propaganda. But yeah, there's people that added their bank account today. They listen to the advice. Hey, Cardinals, Rangers both look like winners, but a bang, bada, boom, takes two to win. So yeah, and again, for people who expect that me doing this for going on 13 years now, which it will be in August, for us to completely have changed the world in such a short period of time when we're up against a monster that's pretty much been in power for thousands of years. Again, it's not the United States that's in power. The United States is the new Rome. The United States came from Britain. The sun never sets on Britain, the colonizers of the world, along with some of those other European nations that all have a little piece of this country. And again, is the United States of America even a sovereign nation? It's controlled by a central bank, and nobody even knows who's in that central bank. And we're always constantly spending all of our money on everything but the actual people who need help here. Anyway, to think that, yours truly, who's trying to get out a message on these platforms that's controlled by the same cabal, it is a difficult effort, but the reality is, for some people, it's made a big difference. Some people learn not to get the clot shots. They don't have myocarditis. Some people have enhanced their lives financially. A lot of people are no longer pulled in by the bullshit news and rigged selections and rigged sports, and they're not wasting their time and energy. And had more people made a greater effort to get out the knowledge, there'd probably be even more people benefiting. I know that the gentleman who left this comment, who I like, I know he said he was going to come out to multiple events where people did come out from all over the area, like when we were out in front of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in the freezing cold in early March of 2020, educating about Event 201 and everything that Bill Gates said about the need to reduce population and how we can do it with about a decade to the day Cootie showing up in his backyard in Seattle, the land of the world's biggest needle. I know it had more people come out to those events. Who knows? We might have really knocked over some dominoes that might have made a bigger difference than what was made. And, I know a lot of people said they were going to come out who didn't. Yeah, it goes for the New York trip and all over. So, yeah, but you got to be realistic, right? You can't expect essentially one person grinding away, because as much as I'm grinding away all day, the cabal grinds away every day. They're putting out new propaganda, new mind control, new lies, new ways to suck people in, divide people all day, every day on all their screens and all their platforms that they control across the world. That's a hard thing to counteract without a bigger effort. And we've seen there's not a lot of people that want to collaborate and help as of yet, but maybe one day that will change. And let me test. Can somebody come on here real quick and just do an audio test? I just want to see if we fix this echo problem real quick. You don't have to come on long. If you have something great to share about or something to share, add to this stream, or a story I need to look into, that'd be great. But I do want to also take a minute to play something. But yeah, I would like to. I'd like to hear if the audio is better, if we have this echo issue or not. Because you guys have been telling me the last 2 days there's been a new echo problem. Shout out to all the people tipping tonight. There's a lot of people tipping tonight. So, again, it's not going to change the world, but people can probably afford groceries a little bit better here off the knowledge. That's the beauty of what we do. Oh, we got John in the back. Let me put on my headphones because I got to listen this way tonight. John the Sax Man, what's up?
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard about this story happened about 2 months ago. It was a guy that got drafted by the Falcons. His and
A
his,
man drafted by Falcons. What happened to him?
his aunt died in a car accident. Like a car ran into her at a store.
Just 11 days after getting drafted. There's that 11. Going to play the game of 11 on 11. Let me see if I got this one. Is it Marlon? No, that's a different one. Do you got the guy's name?
I think it's Terrell something. Terrell something. I think it's Avion Terrell or.
Here we go. Yeah, I found it. It seems like similar story. When I searched for it, other similar stories started popping up from years past. So this doesn't look like it was the first time this happened, unfortunately. Aunt of Atlanta Falcons star AJ and Avion Terrell killed in supermarket parking lot crash. Who gets killed in a parking? Look at how the news, you guys, look how the news breaks on May 8th, which can be written 8-5. Atlanta, Georgia on I-85, not to mention it equals 85. Remember when Brady had that comeback by the numbers over the Falcons and they said a crackhead burned down I-85? There was a believable story. Crackhead burns down the interstate. Okay, I see the story broke May 8th. And that was a date with 59 numerology. Let me type in Atlanta, Georgia again. 59, run it in reverse, 85, like it came out on the 8th of May. That was the anniversary of the Pope becoming the Pope. Giselle Perry was her name. She's not related to Tyler Perry, is she? You still there? John, you still there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the Falcons season this coming season, but I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the season this season. I'm not sure. So
Uh, Giselle Perry, her name is 65. The news broke May 8th. It says she died on the 6th of May. Can be written 6-5. She died on her name also, man, her name also equals 70 like Falcons. Come on. But yeah, the day she died corresponds with her name, Gematria. And it says surveillance footage showed a car speeding through the parking lot before hitting Perry's parked vehicle near the entrance. So she's not even moving. So this car purposefully rammed her. And I'm just having trouble imagining how that would even kill somebody. I mean, you're in your car. I mean, I'd like to. Okay. The Terrell brothers shared tributes to their aunt on social media, honoring her for her continued support throughout the years. Kroger's, there's a history of killing rituals at Kroger's. Kroger has that 74, 38, 34 gematria. Killing is 74 and 38. Murder's also got the 34, and we saw Falcons had the 38 too. The old death special number. She was 49, an NFL number. And isn't that a crash number too? Isn't Crash 49? Yeah, Crash is 49. So she's killed in a crash at age 49 in a Kroger parking lot off Wesley Chapel Road. And AJ Terrell and Avion Terrell. Let me see something about these two guys. September 23rd birthday. That's the day leaving 99 days left in the year. May 6th is the 126th day of the year. So it was 225 days after his birthday, square root of 15. Have you ever heard me talk about Atlanta in 15 before? It's a sarcastic question. I'm sure I know he's been around forever. I talk about Atlanta in 15 all the time. So 225 days after his birthday, square root of 15. And let me get his brother in here. Or hold up. AJ Terrell came in the league in 2020. January 11th. So it was 115 days after his birthday. And that's one of those killing numbers. Killing's 115. Killing, again, now we just compared. Look at Killing, look at Kroger. You know what I mean? At a Kroger. He was the 48th pick. Like Atlanta's also 48. Yeah, I mean, did they arrest the person who did it? I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I didn't hear about that story, so I'm glad you brought it to my attention. AJ Terrell has the 38 in his name too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks like a purposeful hit. We see again, you get into show business, man. Your friends and family better look out. Who just drives into a lady in the parking lot? I got some weird feedback there, John. John, was there anything else?
That's it. But thanks.
All right, appreciate it, man. Chat, what was the echo thing there, or was the echo thing not there? Cashville Lady said she mentioned in the chat. Sorry, Cashville Lady, I didn't see it. Sounded fine. Okay, so the difference on this setup is I'm running it through my soundboard. It's the same mic. I don't know why it was echoing before. Unless it was a StreamYard problem and they finally solved their problem. I'll try it again the other way because this way just there's more things I got to run the audio, but okay. Sound was good. So yeah, you guys were all saying there was echo before, but I still don't exactly know what would have been causing it. I just know this is running it through the soundboard. Uh, all right. All right. I'm debating on ending the stream or responding to something that maybe doesn't need to be responded to, but it's just, I mean, I want to talk about what, the religious guy that was on here yesterday. He went to his audience and told a bunch of fables today, which is what he does. He's a pretty sociopathic guy, made up a whole bunch of stuff, lied. Anyone who watched the stream yesterday, you saw where I interrupted him. I said, all right, that's not going to stand. I know that's not true. And then I cut him off and I said, if you want to come back on, you need to admit that's not true. And then he did. He admitted it wasn't true, but they said, but then can you share the screen? Because I do want to show, though, how once upon a time I did think that's what's going to happen, even though I went totally against it. So anyway, today he went on his stream and said, oh, yeah, Zach, he kept muting me because he just didn't explain that he got muted because he was lying and wouldn't shut up. Again, just dishonest people. Well, what's with these religious people? Here, I just got to be honest. I honestly think, I think part of being religious, you got to be dishonest. You got to be dishonest to be religious. You got to pretend like you know things you don't. You got to pretend like your religion's the best, even though you got no proof that's the case. You haven't taken the time to study the numerous 5,000 religions that are out there, and you're so arrogant about yours. I don't need to know about the other ones. Mine's the only true one. I mean, there's nothing honest about that. It's ignorance. It's willful ignorance. It's pure ego, and it's sad. But oh, you said they didn't arrest anyone who drove into her. And you know what? Here, I'm going to look it up real quick to see if I can find anything about the arrest, because here's what I would almost bet you. I would almost bet that it was carried out by the authorities. I would almost guarantee that it was carried out by the authorities. Almost a guarantee. And then I'll play this guy right here coping. Where did the story go? Did we run her name? Giselle Perry? I just think of Tyler Perry too, because he's big in Atlanta. Oh yeah, we did. We saw that her name synced with the date. Giselle. Giselle's like Atlanta, 69, 120. Giselle Perry, car ramming suspect arrested. Is this it? New date. No, this is the 18-year-old actress story. Huh, it's funny that came up instead. Okay, we just covered this the other day. This was the July 21st celebrity killing, 18-year-old girl. Hold up. I'm curious though. James Blanchard is accused. James Blanchard has that 267. We've seen a lot of that in the time of Pope Leo. He's the 267th Pope. Her birthday was the Illuminati's birthday. Illuminati's 48 in the same cipher. Hollywood's 48 in that cipher. They got the new Godzilla movie coming out. Probably more to that. Okay, but hold up. Literally nothing comes up about any arrest being made in that story. No arrests. And almost 3 months ago now. It's possible though they do. I think a lot of times when they do this stuff, they'll arrest some patsy. They'll just grab some guy with a criminal record and pin it on him. It's possible this story comes back up once the NFL season gets underway. Little storyline that they can tell the fans during the game. Score of the game will probably match her name, Gematria, or something like that. They do it all the time. All right. All right. Also, I am gonna, I'm gonna play the cope section here, and I just want to respond to this because again, a lot of people don't like that I'm not in their same religion as them. The reason I left Christianity a long time ago is because I saw it seemed like a safe haven for a lot of bad people. For the record, though, I'm actually going to go to church tomorrow. Sweet lady wants to start going to church again. I'll give you guys a report on that experience tomorrow. Been a minute since I've been in church. Uh, anyway, but hold on. I do gotta hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a glass of water first. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. Hold on. We got somebody in here going by Jay that wants to get in real quick. What's up, Jay?
Hey, I'm a little late in the stream, but did you know that Pope Leo was in Spain at the beginning of the World Cup? He was there from June 7th to June 12th.
So yeah, he left there the day after it began. I didn't know that. I wish I would have known that. And doesn't June 7th? Isn't that so perfect? Again, you guys, Spain. They won the World Cup 59 days after FIFA's birthday in the 23rd World Cup, improving to 7 wins, 6 losses versus Argentina. And he was there on the 7th day of the 6th month. And left the day after the championship began. So, he also left he left on Herbert Walker Bush's birth anniversary, the day that Team USA got their first win. Interesting.
But he inaugurated the Sagrada Familia, the world's tallest church. He inaugurated that on June 10th. That was 40 days before Spain won the World Cup.
Yeah, and Lamine Yamal's 106, and we talked about how big that number was, and how they had it all synced up with the 106th NFL season, and then Spain scored their only goal at the 106th minute, so 10-6, huh?
Yeah.
Once again, all synced with the Pope, just like the last World Cup. Go figure.
And then one thing, I've never seen this in gematria calculation, but if you look up the Sagrada Familia, one of the names for it is Basilica de la Sagrada Familia. That's highlighted in the orange title on the wiki.
Okay.
If you copy and paste that, you fix the eyes. It equals 180 forwards and 180 in reverse reduction. So a phrase that equals the same in forwards and a reverse reduction cycle. I found that interesting. Never seen that.
Half a circle.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it.
Okay. For the guy who says, why don't we do parlays? The recommended parlay today was Cardinals and Rangers. Maybe you should listen.
Also, I forgot to mention, by the time the World Cup final was over and the trophy was lifted, it was past midnight in Barcelona. So it was the 201st day of the year in Barcelona.
July 20th. Those 201 rituals. FIFA's got that 201 connection.
Yeah.
What do you know?
It was still the 19th in Argentina, but it was the 20th in Spain.
Amazing. Great decode, Jay.
All right.
Yeah, that was a huge oversight. Should have been paying attention where the Pope was.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
We like Spain, Argentina from way out. But yeah, that was a major oversight. I should have seen that the Pope was in Spain at the start of the World Cup. That was a major clue. 2022 was about Pope Francis turning 86 the day before Argentina won their first championship since 86. All right, I got to remember to do a post on that Atlanta Falcons aunt. I have a feeling they're going to bring that story back up once the season comes around. But yeah, let's watch the Cope session. This guy was here yesterday. Had to give him the boot the first time for lying. He did come back and admit he lied, which was nice. Then he had some excuses. But here's what he went on his stream and did today. That's why we just don't trust these people. Snakes in the grass. And again, understand, you guys, there's been many people like this in this community who've learned from me. And then the way they decided to market themselves by emulating what I do and setting up a Patreon and, you know, having a sports pick service, the way he decided to market himself was by always attacking me and making up stuff about Sweet Lady and me. I mean, what do you call that? When you learn from somebody and then you have an avenue to make revenue, and then the way you decide to build it up is by attacking the person you learn from? I call that a scumbag. Anyway, we're going to put this at playback speed of, we'll do 1.25. We're definitely not going to listen to the whole thing, but we'll just listen to enough of the Cope, and I'll address why this guy reminds me of so many people that claim this whole thing of Christianity, which to me seems to be a religion that creates a lot of bad people. It's not to say that all Christians are bad, but there's a lot of bad ones. There's a reason that bumper sticker exists. Jesus, save me from your followers. One of my favorite bumper stickers of all time. All right, here we go.
Bless you all. I'm going to try and go for 30 minutes here, then go straight back to sleep. I've just been sleeping for the last 3 hours. I'm just exhausted. Can't wait for heaven. Now, last night I was involved in a live stream.
I notice a lot of these Christians too in the community. They're always so exhausted. They're so depleted. I don't know. What are your guys' excuse? I mean, I got a little one that doesn't sleep at night. I haven't had a good night's sleep in over 2 years, and I don't take a day off. And I don't whine and cry midday. I mean, he did this stream midday. You're in the middle of the day in Mexico, a sunny ass place. You can barely stay awake in the middle of the day. What is going on here?
And I brought some numbers to the stream, and I brought Jesus to the stream. And I witnessed the hatred for Jesus and for the Bible, for the Word of God, and for Christianity.
Now, to be fair, there was a lot of the stream that I wasn't here yesterday because I let you guys have at it free for all while I was tending to Sweet Girl. So I don't know everything that was said, but I heard about 15 minutes of this today, and I thought, man, I'm just tracking down lie. We'll get to those. So did anybody say they hate Jesus yesterday? Because I know eventually he says, I said I hate Jesus, and I've never said that. I never said I hate Jesus. I said I don't believe in the story. I like the golden rule part. I like some of the Jesus teachings, but I don't believe in the story. Doesn't translate to hate. So, again, I mean, the guy's just a snake. He's not an honest person, so it's hard to know if anything he's saying is true. But let's continue.
Prayed for those people. You could see the anger, the hatred, the despise that they have for the Lord. One guy said that he is his own God. It got too much for him that he had to hang up the phone when I was speaking with him. Same with another guy. So, guys, gematria, numerology, they're great tools. They can be very effective tools into trying to see through the illusion of this reality. But there's nothing greater than the Bible. Child of the Most High, thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly. Look forward to seeing you in heaven. So, yeah, people will put you in timeout.
Which Bible, by the way? Which Bible? You know, some people don't like certain versions. Pretty much all of them are missing sections. It's debated what section should be in there, what shouldn't. So what Bible? What part of the Bible do we agree with? This gospel contradicts this gospel, contradicts this gospel. I don't know. I mean, the Bible. All right, let's continue.
Hubbard kicked me out 3 or 4 times and kept bringing me back in. The fact is, the world hates the truth. God bless you, Fair Spear. There's one truth, and it's Jesus.
And the reason he would get kicked out is the first time he lied, he told a blatant lie. So I called him out. I said, listen, if you want to come back in, you're going to have to admit you lied, which he did. He admitted, and he said, okay, but I did at one point think it. It's like, okay, but we all know what you did during the World Cup. You kept saying, I was going to be wrong. That wouldn't be it. It wasn't going to be it. And then after it happened, he's like, oh, I had it right. And it's like, is this guy serious? I mean, is this guy insane? And I'm pretty sure in this World Cup he had England. I'm pretty sure he had England, but he's saying he's saying he didn't have the Argentina part, but he had Spain. So I don't know. I heard him talking about England on a stream where the other guy said he had Netherlands. So, and he's like, maybe it is the Netherlands. I was like, okay, I heard him say England and Netherlands, but now he had Spain. Anyway, yeah, and every other time I kicked him out, why did I kick him out? Because he just keeps talking. I mean, there's 9 people on the stream. Other people are trying to say, and he just talks over them and just keeps talking. It's like, how rude is this guy? Yeah. And no acknowledgement for why he would get kicked out. Also dishonest. And it could be because he's a sociopath. I mean, again, I very possible this guy's a sociopath. Total egomaniac, total fraud, total liar. Like I said, learns from somebody and then just goes online and slanders the person they learned from. Scumbag.
Jesus Christ. Can I get an amen? But I couldn't believe that the hatred, the scoffers, the mockers, although it's biblical, sometimes when you do those things and you speak to those people, it actually just builds your faith, doesn't it? It builds your faith because you just see the Bible come into life as it always does. And I'm so grateful that I know this. When it came to the numbers in that stream, I just popped them out. Oh, they're all so fascinated. As soon as I talked about Jesus, get him off. This ain't about Jesus. Let him talk about numbers. So I don't think they like the fact that I can do the numbers, but also preach the gospel. And what's more important, the numbers or the God who created the numbers? So please hit that like button. I am really immensely struggling today in every department, other than perhaps spiritually. So ping that like, support the stream if you can, and we'll crack on. I'm just going to speak today. I'm not going to show any images or anything like that. I'm not going to share my screen. I'm just going to tell you that God wins. That good triumphs over evil, that love defeats hate, and that God has the final control over the universe, that God is sovereign, that Jesus calls himself the Alpha and Omega, meaning the beginning and the end, whether you like it or not. You're going to be judged righteously by an all-loving, all-knowing, all-powerful God. The book of Revelation, which I like to talk about as often as I can, it promises that pain and death and darkness will be destroyed in the end. Scripture teaches that no earthly power can stop God's plans. And you've got so many men trying to be God, all right? Trying to save the world with gematria, okay? This world that we live in is a combination of spiritual and physical. There are physical humans.
The phrasing of trying to save the world with gematria is disingenuous phrasing. Trying to wake the world up to the agendas that are controlling the minds of the masses that are rooted in gematria every single day is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to see through the agendas that are controlling the minds of the masses, which they absolutely are. We're trying to pull people out of the nonstop entertainment distraction to see how evil that industry is and how the sports that so many people are obsessed with are completely rigged and predetermined, while driving the fan base absolutely mad because of the outrageous endings and unbelievable decisions and totally horrible calls. So yeah, trying to save the world with gematria, just really disingenuous phrasing from a disingenuous person who hasn't really done anything meaningful in the community other than copy other people and mostly just use it to, try and provide sports picks to get an income. So anyway, he does look like a sad sack there, doesn't he? Poor guy.
Doing the will of God, and there's physical humans doing the will of the devil. Okay, so these groups, the Society of Jesus, the Freemasons at the highest level, their father is Satan, who is the god of this age, and they're given a lot of power and influence, and they're corrupt. You're not going to stop Satan and evil. Okay, however many predictions you make, however incredible your coding is, if you predict LeBron to sign for Philadelphia, it don't mean a lot when all is said and done. Are you going to tell God on Judgment Day, hey, God, I predicted LeBron would go to Philadelphia in a Kobe Bryant ritual?
Again, just listening to this guy is just, it's idiotic, right? The point of the work, again, is to get people to see the bigger picture. The LeBron thing shows, again, who's in power. How many people in the world realize that the Catholic Church is in power? Almost no one somehow, even though we're on their calendar. Again, they're responsible for the language. The Vatican and the Pope, it does stay in the mental focus, but most of them don't realize the power and influence of the Vatican on what's happening across the world, nation to nation, including this one right here, the United States of America. What we do is show how, again, a war is synced with the Pope. This major act of terrorism synced with the Pope. This huge sports ritual synced with the Pope. What? So showing what LeBron went to Philly, what's that gonna do? Is that gonna get you into the pearly gates of heaven? Shut up, idiot! That this egomaniac, his new thing in life is so that he can get the eternal afterlife. Again, if you're doing things in the world for your own well-being, that means you're doing things for your own selfish interests. I've been over here sacrificing my own time and energy, and I did it for 5 years straight and didn't raise a single penny, didn't sell anything, didn't monetize anything, just grinded for 5 years, getting out nonstop information, exposing exactly what's going on, and helped a lot of people financially benefit off the rigged system. This guy wants to, just all these disingenuous remarks. What? Because you showed that LeBron was going to go to Philly before it happened? Is that going to get you into heaven? I mean, just... No, moron, that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to get people to wake up to the power structure of this world that's driving us all off a cliff. Like I've been saying is a broken record for going on 13 years. You got here after Kobe died. You woke up because of me. You learned about the things you talk about because of me. Because you probably idolized a guy like Kobe, which led you to me after he died. This guy. This room temperature IQ guy. Here we go.
King James ritual, is that going to get you to heaven? But something I noticed is that the word of God convicts. It's too much for people. It's how powerful it is. The power in the name of Jesus is unmatched. Can I get an amen? It's completely unmatched. As soon as you say the name Jesus Christ, then they start saying his name's Yahweh, it's Yeshua, he never existed, there's no evidence of his existence, you're just brainwashed, you don't have an original thought, okay? Start targeting your parents.
That there is no proof of his existence, to just keep it real. I mean, there's no proof. You have to believe. You have to believe. None of the historians of the time documented this person. There's one book that's the documentation, the Holy Bible. A very incomplete text full of contradictions. I mean, how many different sects of Christianity have been created because of the fact that nobody can even agree what the text means? You bring up to certain Christians, how come Jesus said he came to bring the sword? Oh, that's not what it meant. It just meant that he came to bring the word, but in other places it says word, so why here does it say sword? It's just, I can't believe that anyone thinks that it is the inspired word of God. It is a text that even the people who believe in can't come to any consensus or agreement. That's the reality of the Bible. All right, let's continue.
Just constantly the demon within them on the attack, but you can see they're just cowards who are afraid of the truth.
This is coming from a guy who just kept making up stuff about me and attacking me every day to promote his own business. When everything he's teaching, you learn from me. Coward, yeah, that fits in there, and everything else, including scumbag. All right, let's continue.
They suppress the truth in unrighteousness, and it makes them feel stronger by calling people like me crazy, even though I could out-talk them at anything, which I showed in that stream, to the point where they had to hang up the phone.
He showed that he just keeps talking and he doesn't listen. I mean, there was even a point where I think I kicked him out for the third or fourth time because he asked me a question, and I was responding to the question, and then he just started talking in the middle before I finished the answer. And then I was like, okay, see you later, loser. This is what's wrong with you. You're not even listening. Not to mention, he should have already known the answer. Anyway.
One guy said, I have 100% evidence that somebody's paying you to be on this call. So I said, okay, show everybody.
I don't think that's what he said. But DK, DK's flaw is he'll say DK, if you're out there listening, man, you got to stop saying everybody's Jewish, everybody looks Jewish. The name Edwards is Jewish. I never heard the name Edwards was Jewish in my life. But he's talking about what DK was saying. Again, you guys, the only thing that needs to be called out about Adam is, again, used my knowledge to grift and attacked his teacher. That's this man's legacy right here. And when and again, you guys, if you don't know, again, I follow the people in the community who are putting out the information. This guy just almost every night would be on there with 5 people watch his live stream, hollering at the ceiling, I'm gonna be the #1 decoder. I'm gonna have the most subs. I'm gonna go down as the #1. He doesn't say decoder, he always says coder. I do the #1 codes. I will be #1. It's just like, listen to this guy. What's wrong with this guy? And this is like maybe 6 months into coming into the community. I mean, he just gotten here. God.
You've got 100% evidence. Well, I do. Okay, show everybody that somebody's paying me to call into Zach's show right now. Show everybody. Prove me wrong. And they said, you're a liar. I said, tell me one lie I've told in the stream. One lie. You liar. Tell me one lie that I've told. One lie. Couldn't. Just because you disagree with me doesn't make me a liar. If I tell you the Bible says Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, don't call me a liar for making that statement, which is a true statement because that's what the Bible says. Can I get an amen? So people want to save themselves. Many people don't believe they need saving. But as soon as I ask these 2 simple questions, what happens when you die and who created man? They're out of the depth. It's over for them. I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
Again, nobody knows really the answer to those questions, and that's why the church loves to work on the unknown. And you see, there's this fascination with humanity, the unknown, and people would rather talk about things that, again, there's a reason fiction way outsells nonfiction. There's a reason that a fiction movie at the box office will do monster things, and if a documentary comes out, hardly anyone sees it. There's just something about humanity and fiction that appeals more than reality. I don't know what it is to say. You know, if the world was like me, documentaries would do better than these Hollywood explosion action flicks, but I'm a rare breed. Anyway, let's continue.
So stop acting like you know the Bible that you've never read. So God wins. Can I get an amen?
See, it just stuff like the guy just found the Bible the other year, you guys. He's new to the Bible. He came into the community as an atheist. Has he read any other religious texts? No, he hasn't read any other religious texts. He's read the Bible. He doesn't need to read any of the other thousands that are out there. He knows it's the one true one because why? Because that is the religion of the culture he came up in. Talk about ignorance.
I made it very clear that the Bible says, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. Some guy told me, Satan's not in the Bible. The word Lucifer's not in the Bible. The word devil's not in the Bible. Had to give him all the Bible verses. Who?
Lucifer's in the King James Version, the Masonic Bible, maybe another version. It's not in most of them.
Who tempted Jesus in the wilderness? It was the devil. Okay. So these people who refuse to accept the truth of the gospel, they're blinded. The Bible makes it clear. Amen, peculiar manner. Revelation 12:11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the end. I also told them all that only God knows if they'll be alive tomorrow. It's such a great statement. I say, can you promise me that you'll be alive tomorrow? Not one person can say yes. Can I get an amen? Not one of you can say yes, because you know that you can't guarantee you'll be alive tomorrow. And that convicts them. I don't know if that's Satan popping his horn outside. Yeah, all you hear is all the Jesuits wrote the Bible. And then,
if you guys don't know Adam, I think he lives in an apartment. If somebody knocks at his neighbor's door, he'll be like, somebody's knocking at the neighbor's door. The devil's always trying to, oh, so sorry. Oh, so sorry. He'll always say, the devil's trying to distract me. The devil's trying to distract me. It's like, dude, you live in an apartment and someone is knocking at the door next door? I mean, are you a psychopath?
Again, I caught Zach up. You can see it in his eyes, right? So calling me out for preaching the gospel and using the Bible in my codes. And then later in the stream saying that the Bible is the Jesuits' playbook and they use it. So if the Bible is the Jesuits' playbook and they use it, why is he calling me out for using the Bible in my codes? Why is he not using the Bible a lot more than he does if it's their playbook? Can I get an amen? Think about that. And it's just, I make those comments and they don't know what to say.
What do you mean we don't know what to say? First of all, you didn't even talk about that at all while we were in here. Second of all, way before you were in this community, I wrote a book that I made free called Revelation and the Birth of a Nation about how the cabal uses the Bible as the playbook. There's a lot of verses mentioned in there. We've always brought up the important verses that get used redundantly, like Genesis 46 about sacrifice and how that is a huge part of the sacrifice code. Case in point, they had to tell you 46 died in that Spain train crash that was synced with the World Cup Championship, which somehow this guy wasn't even aware of. So, yeah, it's just this guy, I mean, just doesn't know what he's talking about, totally disingenuous, very ignorant, thought he could write off on his own after learning about the work 3 months in, and thought he was holier than thou and the greatest decoder of all time. And really, he doesn't know a lot. I mean, if anyone watches his streams, it's mostly just him talking about himself and the few things he's actually remembered.
Because they're actually intelligent comments as well. If the Bible is the Jesuits' playbook, why are you not coding the Bible in every code if that's what they're inspired by?
Well, I mean, we pretty much are. So what are you talking about? The Holy Bible is 201. It's one of the root reasons they use 201 all the time. What is this guy talking about?
And then trying to mock the guy who does use the Bible and then tell people I never make any correct predictions when I've made more correct predictions than him in the 7 years of doing this.
Do you think if we put that to the test, that would hold up? You think he's got more correct predictions? I know he was talking real big in 2022 about how he's the greatest football decoder and totally whiffed on the World Cup, had both teams wrong, while we had them both right. I'm pretty sure in 2016 alone, I had more correct predictions than he's ever amassed. Does anyone know about any? Let me check in with the chat. Does anybody know about anything Adam's predicted correctly? Has he predicted anything correctly? And here's how dishonest he is too. I brought it up last night, you guys. He got called out in a major way the year the Queen died because I put out at the beginning of that year why the Queen was going to die at 94 and why I thought she died on May 20th, the 140th day of the year, because Queen of England's 140. She ended up dying that year, but she died 140 days after her birthday, again on September 8th, the Virgin Mary's birthday. About a month after I did that video and did that decode, he did the video predicting the Queen would die on May 20th. And everyone's like, are you serious? You're doing the same thing Zach put out a month ago? And he's like, oh, I seriously didn't know. That's just what I thought was going to happen too. And then I brought that up last night. He's like, I don't remember that. He definitely remembers that. He got called out in that's what I mean. Sociopaths. Lying. It's hard to debate with a liar too, because they just keep lying, you know. This guy. Totally dishonest. But does anyone know of any correct predictions he's made? Is there any? Anyone know a correct prediction from Adam? Any? I'm just seeing if anyone in this chat knows. Adam's been around for years. Okay, well, he's been around for a long time, Gematria 32. He came around after Kobe died. Yeah, his daily videos were like showing a picture of a sweet lady and saying she was transgender. I mean, so yeah, he did seem like a troll, but I don't know of any correct predictions he's made.
And have led people to Jesus. Now, shall we talk about why the world hates Jesus? Gus, God bless you. The misrepresentation and downright ignorance of scripture by Zach and those in the stream was ridiculous. Yeah, Gus, I'm sure you watched the stream and there was some very good information shared. I'd say this about Hubbard. He shares good information, but ultimately, what's his goal? To bring down the Jesuits? He's been doing this for how many years? The world's getting more evil by the day. Do you all agree? So he's not doing a great job. If his role is to unite the world to bring down the Jesuits, corruption's in.
Oh, here we go again. Oh, so I should be able to take down an order of tens of thousands of people worldwide, well-established, with their hands in every major leading government, tech, news agency. I should have taken them down by now. By this logic, how's the world doing in the time of the Bible? The Bible, the book that spreads everywhere with the European conquerors who genocide the brown people and gave us this white Jesus, where Jesus Christ literally equals white supremacist. Go figure. So So based on his own logic, why are we going? Why are we going to the most knocked on door-to-door religion? Or I mean, just every door-to-door religion salesman's favorite religion. How has that helped the world? Answer: it hasn't. So what an idiotic argument. All right, let's continue.
Increasing. So I don't know what the ultimate goal of his channel is. He doesn't understand that the Jesuits are being influenced by the devil. He misses that. He just thinks that there's a group of Jesuits who have all this power, that have built up all this authority, and they just control people.
Am I missing that, or have I said that? Yeah, that is possible. It does seem that they service an evil entity. But the thing about Adam is he goes on his channel every day and says, Zach has misled a lot of people because it's not the Jesuits. It's not the Catholic Church. That's what he says on his channel. It's just all Satan's doing this, mate. It's Satan. Okay, so let's put it into some figure from a book that nobody can see or touch or bring to account. Let's ignore all the evidence of all the ritualism that connects perfectly with the Jesuit order, their superior general, the Pope, day after day. Let's ignore that because that's something that could actually be held accountable. And remember, at the beginning of this country, what order was warned about? That's right, the Jesuits were. A lot of people came across the Atlantic because they wanted to escape the tyranny of Europe that had a lot to do with the Catholic Church, thus the Protestant Reformation. So what we're talking about is based in history that's been forgotten to most, and we're pointing out things that almost no one knows about, which are enlightening and empowering and do make a difference. And had more people the knowledge, I would have said, the Cooties 19 scam wouldn't have worked. That would have made a big difference in the world. A lot of people would be able to still afford groceries. They wouldn't have myocarditis. So don't blame us. We gave it a greater effort than probably anyone out there. But yeah, let's continue here with Mr. Sociopath.
And I said this, I said, okay, why do they kill everybody then? How are they killing them? There's just no answers.
Matthew, there is a pin link to join for the guy who keeps accusing me of... Matthew, would you like to come inspect my genitals and see how Jewish I am? Would you like to come inspect, Matthew? I bet you're more Jewish than I am. Would you like to come inspect? Don't take that as anything to get you excited, but we can just see how Jewish I'm not real quick, Matthew. Why don't you come on here and explain why you're spamming in the chat all the falsehoods, along with this sociopath that we got up on the screen, who I reckon you probably follow. You probably identify with this lying, grifting sociopath.
There's no answers. When you break his channel down, there's no answers. I tell you, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I tell you that we're in a...
There's no answers when you break down my channel? I think there's a lot of answers. We're telling the who, what, why, when, where. I don't think anybody else is really been doing that. You're saying you're bringing people to the Bible? So do have a lot of door-to-door salesmen. Does that help anyone? It makes most people sit on their hands and wait for this fairy tale to come save them. Not productive. Exactly what the cabal would want. In fact, you are now an agent of the Society of Jesus. That's what they want. They want more Jesus people. That's exactly their brand. They want more Jesus people. Give away your power, and wait on a fictional character that there's no proof has ever existed. Zip, zero, nada. And again, isn't it so interesting how a person like this can learn what they do from somebody and then just slander and attack them, give them no credit? But then this fictional character, it's just so easy to just give all this praise to. There's something weird about that, isn't there? Here's a human being that you learned from, who helped you out, who gave you your way that you now make your livelihood with. Got to attack and hate that person. Weird way to market yourself. But hey, fictional character, I can just praise you all day. I don't know. There's something interesting about that needs to be studied. Let's continue.
Spiritual war. I tell you, I believe we're in the final days, and I back it up with the Bible, and I do all the coding. So what is his ultimate goal? To expose darkness? Or just have people in a loop of just numbers? Did you hear about the guy who's 74 and he died 74 days after his birthday? And how's that going to wake anybody up? And killing equals 74. And so it's just keeping people in this little...
Exposing evil is actually something you're supposed to do as a Christian. Adam must not know that. And how is that going to wake anybody up? It does. It's woken up a lot of people, waking up to the evil that is taking place in this world and who's actually responsible for it. Again, like how 3 of the first 5 founders died on 7/4, and they were all outspoken against the church. Jefferson definitely wasn't a big fan of religion and was probably the smartest of the founders. So, yeah. This guy last night was trying to minimize exposing the murder of people in the entertainment industry, trying to minimize that like it didn't matter. We talked about that last night and the breaking news of the death of the 38-year-old. He tried to minimize both. And so exposing that's going to get you into heaven? It's like, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because people need to see that supporting these entertainment industries is also, in a sense, supporting the ongoing murder of both young and older entertainers on pretty much a daily basis.
Like almost keeping them in the matrix. He's not releasing anyone from it. It's just sharing really good information that's repetitive, telling us that the Jesuits run the world and they ritually sacrifice people so people can win championships. That's basically his channel, isn't it? Tell me what I'm missing. And he hates Jesus, and he hates the Bible, and he hates Christians. So when we look...
Was that basically my channel, what he just said, or how disingenuous was that? I don't know if anybody else in the world the day Netanyahu came back into power explained pretty much exactly what was going to happen that year and to expect the major war that would start right around Yale's 322nd birthday. Again, explaining how these agendas that as time goes on, again, I called this stuff out way before you were here, how things would get a lot more expensive because of Agenda 21 and 2030, how we would see the continued militarization of the police and the growing police surveillance state. It's about more and more control, and how the manpower would sit around and do nothing while all they obsess on is rig sports, which is pretty much all you really talk about on your channel is international football. There's not really any, lately it's Jesus too, but up until that point, it was just football, which it still mostly is with some Jesus stuff. And again, Jesus is just another thing that really is exactly what the cabal wants. Part of the distraction, part of the division, and part of keeping people parked right on their rear, whether it's watching a football game or waiting for man in the clouds to come save them.
Look at the scripture, which is more important than any number. The world hates Jesus because his life and truth expose human sin. They challenge worldly systems and they call for repentance to a prideful world. That's why they hate Jesus. They hate the truth. And when I'm quoting Jesus and they're calling me out, they're calling out Jesus.
They keep saying hate Jesus. Again, it's not hating Jesus. He's a fictional character. I mean, do you hate Darth Vader? What other, do you hate Waldo? I mean, we're talking about a character in a book. There's a lot of good things in the story, but at the end of the day, it's a story, it's a book. There's no evidence any of it's true.
Not me. I'll say, Jesus claims he is the way, the truth, and the life. And they go, oh, they get this Adam off. He's lying. He's talking nonsense. Well, no, you're calling Jesus a liar. You're calling the Bible a lie, not me. Because Jesus explicitly stated in the Gospel of John that the world hated him because he testified that its works were evil. That's why Zach kicked me out 4 times, because when I called out his work, I said, Zach, you learned as much from me than I learned from you in this stream. Cuts me.
So there's a... Oh, did we hit a... Oh, we hit the funny button. Hold on. What did you speak?
Testing. Sweet girl hit the sound effect button. Again, the first time you got kicked out was for telling a blatant lie. And I said, if you want to come back on, you need to admit you lied, which he did. Notice he didn't tell his audience that. He didn't want to tell that he told a big fib and got called out. And then he admitted he lied. Anyone can go back and watch the stream and see that's what happened. And he did get kicked out the 4th time because he said, I taught you 10 things in this stream. And I said, what 10 things did you teach me? I said, you did bring up that there are 53 recognized Jesuit saints. I said, I didn't know that. I said, that was good. I said, what else did you teach me? And he thought for a second, he's like, I taught you that 3:11 p.m. is the 911th minute of the day. I said, so you taught me basic math? I said, not really. And I said, who cares? I mean, 3:11 is the 911th minute. What's the point? I said, what else did you teach? And he couldn't come up with anything else. And I said, there's just another lie. You just said you taught me 10 things in the stream. You taught me one thing. You taught me one thing. And I said, thank you for that. So again, just a guy exaggerates, lies, dishonest, goes on his own show and lies to his own audience. That's who he is. Here's the great Christian liar.
Me off. Calls me a liar, says that I didn't call Argentina, prove that I did, cuts me off, and then talks bad about me.
No. You said that wasn't going to be the World Cup. You told your audience over and over I'd be wrong. It was too obvious. It wasn't going to be that. And then you showed supposedly a post, and who even knows if it's real? I mean, that's the thing about putting things on the internet. I mean, you can't post 8 things. You showed this post now that supposedly before you went against it, you had it. I mean, all I know is what you did during 2022 when you said over and over it wasn't going to be Argentina and it wasn't going to be France. That's all I know.
I mean, go watch it. Rarely could do it to me. Look me in the eye over the screen. He had to kick me out. And then say, this guy's a snake. This guy's poison. This guy's a joke. This guy stole everything from me. This guy's nothing without me. And then 30 minutes later, let's bring the illusion back in. You needed to keep bringing me back in.
Yeah, this guy's the worst because he sat in the back room staring attentively at the screen like he wanted to get back on. I just kept nicely bringing him back on. But then every time it was the same thing. It's like, this guy just doesn't shut up. He talks over everybody. He doesn't listen to anyone else. He thinks he's more important. He thinks his voice matters so much. Sociopathic, egotistical loser.
If you go watch his stream, it got loads of views. Because it wasn't just one guy in a vest talking about Jesuit numbers. It was a little bit more insightful than that. Can I get a woo? Yeah, King.
Well, I got a little more views than the rest of the LeBron videos that are all getting a lot of views. Probably because it got a little bit more, probably because it went on for 9 hours. It also got less likes than the videos that are a fraction of the time, probably because most people didn't care to listen to idiots like you. Moron, this guy just can't put 2 and 2 together.
King James went to Philadelphia on the anniversary of King James becoming the king. Now, this information is interesting. I'll talk about it. I think people need to know that the world is coded, and it is ritualistic, but they need to know that Satan is the world, not the Society of Jesus. Yeah, one guy called me a fake Jew and then called me a Christian.
Here, Adam, here's my challenge. From now on, when world affairs happen, show how it's connected to Satan. Show how every day it's all synced up with Satan. We'll continue to show how it's actually synced up with flesh and blood and the leader of the Jesuits and the Catholic Church day after day as we do. Day after day. That's the challenge. And if you can't prove your point, then shut up.
He's calling me a Jew. I said, how am I a fake Jew when Jews deny the crucifixion of Jesus? He didn't know what he was.
Hold on, we got somebody that wants to hop in real quick. What's up, Richard?
Yo, what's up, Zach?
Oh, is it King Richard?
Yeah. Yep.
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling. You see that video I did on that dude Matthew, man, or Matt, whatever his name is?
Yeah, I mean, and again, that's all these weirdo Christians. So I didn't realize that guy had a channel, and he hangs around here. He pretty much hangs around here to copy what we're doing and put it on his own channel, and then talk ish about us online. I mean, talk about stakes in the grass.
Nah, that dude's fake, man. Like, and you
our work, giving no credit, and then slandering. Oh, isn't that exactly what Adam does? Wow,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he was talking shit on Adam, and he was comparing you and Adam together. I was like, and then like I seen it last night in the stream. He was like, "Oh, hey brother, how you doing? It's been a while." It's like, come on, man, he's sitting here ass kissing, and it's not even. It's just fake. You know what I mean? Like, I can't respect that.
I called out in the stream I did earlier today, and then I realized he ran over to Adam's channel, and he's like, "Yeah, Zach's so evil."
Dude, he went in my channel, bro. He went on my channel right after he came on here. He came to my channel and said, I think he said something about like you're evil and that he doesn't want to try to be cool with you no more or something like that. I'm like, oh, come on, bro. You over here, you gonna try to be cool with him, and then as soon as he called you on it, now you want to start bashing him.
Now he'll just copy the work quietly while watching without coming on. But yeah, also, I mean, today he comes on my stream, wasting everyone's time, asking me to cover things that were already covered in the stream.
Yeah, I seen that.
These people think they're more important than everyone else. He didn't watch the stream. He wants to come on and get what he wants to know. it was already covered. So you're coming on wasting everybody's time, and then to find out that you're somebody slandering me online and copying me and make it like literally re-uploading videos, just copying what I said word for word.
He kind of reminds me of that dude Maverick Approach who I told you about a couple months back. That's who you remind me of. And you get this, and like you see how they get to grow their channel. Like they get all kinds of viewership, and me and you and everybody else doing this stuff, like we get suppressed. And we don't get no viewership or no traction.
Richard,
like
cover for me. I'm gonna go get a water
right, for sure.
Here. I'll be right back. But yeah, continue. You guys, King Richards, who figured out that Matthew guy was doing that online. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let y'all know how I figured it out, man. I basically look at, man. This dude used to post TikTok videos, and he would post videos like with his voice and stuff. And I basically figured it out because it's like the dude was on Twitter, literally begging for money. Because my man didn't have no money to put gas in his car. Literally, my boy was out here begging for $20 to put gas in his car. And, you know, I figured it out because he was also asking me for money. And it's like, come on, dude, you're over here asking me for $15 because you can't put $15 in your car because you have bad spending habits. Well, anyway, he kept doing this and somebody got pissed off and exposed him. And that's when he went ape shit and just started like getting mad at everybody. He started coming at people in the Gematria community. It's like, dude, I would see him in my comments all the time, just like on Twitter, just talking shit, saying Zach's a shill, Zach's a shill. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? And it's funny because then he wants to come on here and act like, oh, you know, what's up, Zach? Hey, bro, how's it going? Like, bro, I don't respect that, man. I don't respect that. And then I seen he's talking all this stuff, saying all the illusion, and he's the same as Zach. And then he's coming on here years later, like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, what's up, brother? Like, come on, man, it's fake. It's fake. I can't respect that. But
I don't even know how you figure this stuff out. I don't even know how you would figure out who.
Because he's so retarded. Look, the dude's so stupid. He's so slow. When he was sitting there begging people for cash apps, he put his real name there, and that's how I figured it out, Matthew, and then the voice, because he started making content, and he would talk in the TikTok videos, and I'm like, oh, that's the same dude that was on Twitter talking shit.
So you just happened to come across his content one day.
Yeah, I've been on about him since like what?
I didn't even realize he was a content creator.
I didn't either till like to the end of 2023, and then
it's annoying that there's so many people out there copying what we're doing, giving no credit, you know. And again, I mean, people know what it is. I mean, there's been a struggle over here: the mass deletions, all the censorship. And isn't it weird that guy's literally copying me word for word with a smaller channel and getting more views? How's that work?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like, look at his Twitter account. Look at his Twitter account. He got way more.
Matthew, if you watched the stream earlier today where I called out that Matthew guy, he somehow is getting. He's literally ripping me off word for word, and he's getting more views. How?
Well, here's the thing. Well, he's a clickbaiter. He clickbaits a lot. He like his videos, like his titles are always the same, like very strange or something very strange just happened, just doing shit like that. And then
it's annoying. It's annoying how YouTube rewards that. If you just keep making the same thumbnail with the same 2 or 3 words. I noticed the channel Black Balloon now. Every video he puts out is they got him. They got him. And they're such low level information videos. It's sad. You know, it's funny. Black Balloon used to do better research. Now he just keeps everything so vanilla and basic, and he does better. And I'm like, you just, and in a way that's selling out, right? It's like, oh,
well, that's the type of shit that YouTube
they got him and give a really low level account.
Yeah.
Because that pays the bills way better.
Yeah, right? The algorithm promotes that type of shit.
Ad revenue. So again, I've never done that. I've never compromised the content of the quality to do better. And the more I do it, the worse it gets over here. That's the reality of this situation.
Well, it's like Zach, you've kept the same message, bro, for 12 years, 13 years now. So it's like, obviously you ain't getting rewarded for that. But like, if you were to do what this dude's doing, like clickbaiting and essentially sound out, I'm pretty sure the channel would probably, well, I don't know about this channel, but like if you made a new channel, like I'm pretty sure it started thriving, right?
I'm pretty sure if I made a new channel, every video would get better views than this one does. This one,
exactly.
Algorithm hell. So.
But you know, I mean, and Matthew, you know, he ain't gonna come on here no more. Now he's just gonna talk shit. He's gonna team up with the illusion.
Well,
and shit.
I'd rather be that way. I don't want some fake guy in here. I can't stand that stuff.
Yeah, just fugazi activity. You know what I mean? And like I said, like I was saying in that video, I can't respect that. I can't. There's a lot of people, bro. There's probably a lot of people out there like Matt who are doing that shit, and they call in here all the time, man. I'm telling you, it's an epidemic, bro. It's an epidemic. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is, man. The world's full of fake people, and the thing about the world being full of fake people is fake people resonate with other fake people. So
Yeah. What's that saying? Fake is the new real.
I don't know. I've heard
That's what it is. That's how this whole world is. That's why, like, bro. That's why, like, a long time ago, man. I'm like, man, I'm too real for this world, man. Like, I just can't, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. I'm a loner, dude. Like, I don't be around nobody. I don't have no friends, and that's it. Because it's like I just don't resonate with people, man. I just don't. Too smart for these motherfuckers.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Most people in this world just, yeah, they're resonating on a much different level, a much lower vibration, and
Yeah, it's just like 2020, bro. I lost all my friends in 2020 because, like, I was sitting there exposed. Like, I learned from you, right? And I was talking about all the 56 stuff they were doing here in California, and like, not even just California, just everywhere. They were doing all this 56 stuff, and all my friends, like, bro, they all thought I had lost it. They thought I was insane. All this shit. I'm like, no, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't even care. Like when they said, "Oh, dude, I can't hang with you no more," or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. It just shows you wasn't really my friend anyway.
yeah, indeed, and sometimes you just gotta say goodbye to everybody because they're holding you back. I had to do the same thing in 2013. I had to clear house. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
My friends are not helping me move forward with my life. See you later. So,
Yeah, I had to do that with friends and family, dude. Like I had to get rid of a lot of people that were holding me back, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I keep my circle very small, like like a dot. You know what I mean? I don't, very, very tight knit, you know what I mean? So that's what it is with me. I'm on that type of timing.
yeah, that's it can be a necessity, unfortunately. So
Yeah. Hey, the smaller the better, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like when you start getting too many people, it's just like a good example. I don't mean to bring up old stuff, but it's like, even the whole 9/11 thing, like when you guys did the whole 9/11 trip in New York, bro, a lot of them people, I ain't gonna lie, probably like 2 people, probably maybe 3 people were probably like legit. The rest of them people was fake, like Angel. I don't mean to mention names, but you don't know who I'm talking about. Like just, you know what I mean? Fake, man. Fake.
well, yeah. And again, I mean that person you brought up, she was calling in the live streams before he went out, trying to get everyone scared that the NYPD is gonna arrest you. They don't play around in New York. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I heard the stories, bro. Trust me, I heard
mean,
it.
everybody heard her call, and it's like, oh, okay.
And then she took it to the internet. Then
She's spreading all this
yeah.
this fear around the gathering.
Bro, and then she like what blew me about her is she, like, as soon as you guys fell out, what did she do? She took it right to the internet and started making up shit. It's like, come on, man, I can't respect
Well,
that.
the other weird thing that she did was to this day I saw she did some fake Photoshop of some ticket of probably some money she gave me, which was totally not true. And the thing is, it cost me a lot to house her in a hotel when she came out to Buffalo and kept making up new excuses each day for why she couldn't fly home, that her flight was canceled again. And again, every day just had a new reason to delay the process. Why we were so no, I mean it was just no. These people.
Yeah, she was cool with what's his name?
They're not even. They're it's too obvious because right was always a troll, and then they were both out there, and they were just so giddy the first time they met, like they'd known each other.
Him and what's his name? Wise.
Yeah. They first came out in Buffalo before we went to New York City.
Yeah, I remember the stories. Yep.
Knew each other too well. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, I'm saying operation, man. I'm telling you, man, operation. That's what some of these people are part of, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that dude cuts, man. Like he's another one. Like,
and brought him into the community.
And I met him in real life. He like, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Anybody out there watching, you guys see this cuts dude? Like, he is not like that. I've met him in real life. I've literally seen him in real life. He's not like that. He's a very quiet dude. He doesn't talk the way he talks on the internet and the way he is in real life. He's not like that. He is not like that. I've been around this guy. Very quiet dude.
Yeah, no, he's very tiny too. And I'm pretty sure he's F to M ERIN.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Open Up. Remember, you guys, Chadwick Boseman died on the makeshift Jackie Robinson Day, which was also the birthday of Jack Kirby, who wrote Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman played Jackie in Black Panther. Jackie Robinson was in the Black Panther Tank Brigade in World War II. August 28, 2020 was the day. That was one of the sacrifices for the Dodgers World Series. Probably also for the Lakers finals that was later that year. But again, big 42 ritual. They had to change Chadwick Boseman's age. Anyone could go back and look at the stories that he was fighting his cancer battle that
43.
summer. He was 42 all summer. His
Yeah.
birthday wasn't until November. How did he turn 43 by his death August 28th? Doesn't make any sense. Wasn't going to turn 43 until November. For the record, though, Robinson in Gematria does equal 43. Jackie's 42. So we see why they changed it to 43. It would have been too obvious, but what do you know? Now we have a new Black Panther 42 days before his birthday. Go figure.
Yeah, and just that number, man. Just like I said, like you've been talking about for years, man. They stamped that number on Black History, man. Like, yeah, February equals 42. It ends on the 59th day of the year. I mean, that shit's undeniable, man. You can't deny that.
And you got this British idiot talking about how
Yeah.
what's the point of what it's like the point of the knowledge is to see the nonstop ritualism with the same repetitive patterns, the racist programming, the racist propaganda, the nonstop divisive crap,
That dude's a cornball.
everything else which you're undermining. And again, it's like he's projecting. It's like there's no real, even though have you ever I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched Adam at all, but he doesn't get.
No, I know who he is. I know
About
who he is.
football scores, and that's all it was ever about on his channel until he became the great new televangelist of YouTube, who has 10 people watching his live.
Bro, he used to copy your shit word for word. My guy used to copy your shit word for word, like 2021, 2022. He didn't start doing that pastor shit until later on.
Yeah, that's after he realized that he wasn't going to get the following that he.
And then he dude, he was sitting there lying, saying like trying to be cool with you too. And it's like he's like brother. It's like, bro, you were talking about how Zach's wife's transgender and shit, and how she's like
all the brother stuff, so fake, right? Just so fake. And also how he was like, yeah, you're sort of right. Dude, on your channel, I know exactly what you do. I keep eyes and ears on everything.
Yeah.
He's always over there saying Zach's misled us. He said, I used to believe Zach about the Catholic Jesuits, but he misled us. It's all Satan.
Yeah. That's what he does, bro. That's what all these fucking I don't mean to curse, man, but like all that's what all these people do, bro. Like all these Bible thumpers, that's what they do, man. That's what they do. That's why I don't be tuning into them. Like I haven't watched, dude. That was probably the first time yesterday in a long time that I heard the delusion. He blocked me on Twitter. He blocked me on Twitter for calling him out.
That's what people start calling him right away, the delusion, and it's a good nickname because he is delusional.
The delusion. Didn't he lose? Hold on, just to ask real quick, man. Did he ever have kids or like a wife? Because supposedly he said that he lost his girlfriend.
He says that I lied and said he had kids. I did, because I thought that's what he told me. He actually called me. So that was a weird thing too, because when he was attacking me, then somehow, some ways, I know it was Kathy who gave him my number. And he called me looking for advice. And I thought, how weird that he's calling me asking for advice after attacking me online. Because he was all distraught that his woman had left him. And I could have sworn he said there was a child, but maybe he might have. Maybe he did. The guy's a sociopathic liar. So anyway, I did tell the story one time about how, because he kept talking to us, you know, this guy, his wife left him or his girlfriend or whatever. I mean,
because supposedly she left it because he was schizophrenic or some shit like that.
there's clearly something wrong with his mental, because the way he lies, it's just insane.
I know. Dude,
correct predictions he's made? I don't know of any correct predictions he's made.
Bro, that dude had England to win in 2022, the World Cup.
I'm pretty sure that's who he had this year too.
Yeah, he had England. Like I remember back in 2022. That's why he quit. He quit
going with the homeland.
Yeah, he quit. I think it was, I remember that. It was like in 2022, it was right after when he got it wrong, he quit. He came out and did a video. He was like, man, I'm gonna quit sports decoding, man. It's just that's for the devil. It's evil.
I think that's when he found Jesus after failing at the World Cup. He's like,
I
better hang it up.
Dude, I started laughing when he did that.
I told the world that other guy who I learned from couldn't do it, and he showed me up again.
Yeah, that dude's a clown, man. And then plus, like, dude, like I got into it with him because like I did a Kobe Bryant decode about, you know, the whole thing with 201, like from Kobe's last birthday to the pandemic being declared with 101 days. This dude stole that, ran with it, and act like he didn't give me no credit for it, and he ran and said it was his. I'm like, dude, come on, man, give me some credit. And he blocked me. I'm like, come on, man. So that's why I can't respect him. As soon as he did that shit, he just proved to me that he's not trustworthy. You know what I mean?
Right. And you see who his clique is. It's people like that Matt guy that was over here today.
Matt, what's that other dude's name? Cody, decoding with Cody. Like, and these is man, Derek, like, oh my god, it's
I don't know that him and Derek collaborate, but
I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be
oh
surprised.
yeah, Cody, his new conclusion is it's the eclipse, it's the energy of the eclipses making all the high crimes just manifest.
Just stupid shit. Just connected to like connecting everything to the fucking to the solar eclipse. Like,
And then what you see is the religious clique, because these people will throw out
Yeah.
Jesus. Then that makes you go, oh yeah, they're superior because see, they said the good name of Jesus Christ, so they're the
yeah,
truth.
it's not even his real name. Like a lot of these motherfuckers say, "Oh Jesus."
Cody is a way better decoder
Yeah.
than you. As he puts out another false fear mongering prediction, as he comes up with another really dumb line like eclipses are causing everything that we see day after day.
Hey, he'll look at Cody and all them. They'll say like, "Oh, man can't do this."
This is why people of lesser intelligence, they just can't be reasoned with because they don't have enough intelligence to reason. And again, I mean, religion. I mean, who does it appeal to? I mean, are there many intelligent people that are religious?
Retards.
I don't know many intelligent people that are religious.
Nah, hell no. I don't either. I don't either. Dude, that's why like if like you can't claim you're intelligent and believe in religion because like religion is meant to keep you in a low vibration and meant to keep you in like a state of fear. You know what I'm saying? So that's why so many people believe in it because they believe like, oh well, if I don't believe in it, I'm gonna go to hell. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. So you just believe in just to be believing because it's out of fear. You know what I mean? So that's not something that somebody with high intelligence would do, man. You know what I mean?
If anybody knows where it's at, the last time Adam and I interacted on a live stream was a long time ago, but he tried to bring it up in the stream. He goes, how come it took you so long to figure out the 201 thing? Because like today, I just decoded a 201 and I did it in minutes. And I said, but the reason you know that 201 is significant is because you learned from me about why that number is important to the Jesuits. And it took a long time of decoding and putting it all together and seeing how repetitious that number is, a number that nobody in the world has really ever highlighted before. I said, that's the reason you now know to recognize it. And he actually sat back and he goes, oh, I guess that actually makes sense. And I thought, man, you can just tell this guy's slow.
Yeah, he's slow. You can tell he's slow. And then I seen him last night. He's like, "What does 201 mean?" Didn't he say something like that? Didn't he ask a question like that?
Right. But he still doesn't exactly. That's what I mean. Because he went off on his own, thinking he was holier than thou in the decoding community, without really having that much of an understanding of anything.
He doesn't. He don't shut the fuck up either. He just keep on talking. Like he just keep on yapping.
Talking. And the one advantage he has is over here in the US, we are programmed to think that if you have a British accent, you're smarter. That's why every time you guys pay attention, when the biggest bullshit happens in the news, watch what CNN does. They bring on their British correspondents with the accents.
Yeah.
19 new, they got all the British people on. Anytime they really a new war starting, they got the British correspondents on. Watch every time. Every time the biggest load of bullshit comes on, all of a sudden CNN's got their British correspondents.
They were doing that. They were doing that during COVID. Yeah, they were doing that during COVID.
They're doing it. They're doing it at the start of the Iran war. They're doing it at the start of the Ukraine war. Any time. For some reason, also with that missing plane from like a decade ago that they kept the whole world.
Oh, Malaysia, the Malaysia airplane one. Why
was that so important? We still haven't figured out that psyop, but
yeah, a lot of people forgot about that one though, man. I remember that one because didn't that happen on March 8th or something like that? I have to go back and look at that one. And they said it disappeared 38 minutes after, or whatever.
I just, I mean, that was in the early days of this research. I just remember the tail symbol for that airline looked like a big fat 33. I mean, there was a lot that we decoded about it, but it was still to this day, I'm like, what was that psyop really about? I mean, was that just like an ultimate distraction? What was going on behind the scenes that?
Because I remember that was a big news story in 2014. I never forget. I was a kid when I heard about that story. I was like, what the hell? Like, that didn't even make any sense to me at that time. And again, back then, I didn't even know gematria or anything like that. So I was like, what was that about? But yeah, it was weird.
All right, King Rich. I better wrap it up here pretty soon. Was there anything else you want to say?
Nah, man. I'm that's all I had to say, brother. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Here, I'll play a few more minutes of this guy play on it and comment on anything.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on, how do I get it? So how come we can't see you anymore? Here, we'll do it like that.
There you go.
Saying that's why you had to hang up. And Gus, if you notice, God bless you, Carl, much love. I stayed calm, didn't I? I stayed very calm. They were all shouting at me, screaming at me.
Oh my God.
Dude, they're sociopathic killers. They'll cut a baby's head off and they'll stay calm. They're sociopaths.
Go watch it, guys. Give him some views. Shouting and screaming. And I was just very, very calm because I am in the truth. And I told them all, like, in general.
I'm in the truth. All the guy does is lie. How come you didn't tell your audience that you got kicked off the first time for lying and I only let you come back on once you admitted you lied, which you did?
Yeah, that dude, all he does is lie.
Look at this guy. Why do you think he's staring at the floor the whole time he's talking? I'm just so tired, mate.
That's what liars do, bro, right? They staring like the floor.
Look at him staring at the floor. I looked into his eyes. Dude, look into your eyes. God.
All right. 2 Timothy 3:7. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
What truth?
Here's this guy. I think he's talking about himself again. Hold on.
A lot of these YouTube channels, okay, always learning, but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. They call themselves, hey, truth seekers. Welcome back, truth seekers. Jesus is the truth.
Yeah. The guy, there's literally no proof ever existed. I'm pretty sure what we've exposed is quite true about who is controlling this world and leading the sheep astray. And it starts with the religion. Again, you guys, what has this guy brought into the world that's new? He's teaching gematria, which he learned from me, and he's reciting the Bible, which literally billions of people have done on this earth.
You guys following him are knowledge seekers. You're not truth seekers. You are seeking knowledge, just like the occult. We live in a generation right now where men and women are selfish, conceited, egotistical. He says I'm the most egotistical guy there is.
He literally is. Do you watch his channel at all anymore?
Nah, I don't watch it.
Every video he starts off with, I'm the best coder.
I think I've heard him say that a couple times.
The beach, and these girls were telling me I look just like Jason Statham, and I had to fend them off.
Hell no.
He's just stuff like this all the time. It's like, dude, can you just talk about the topic?
Yeah.
Talk about how great you are and what just happened at the beach, supposedly, as you're in your apartment with no woman. Like,
straight lying.
Streaming. So, as a single guy, you just had girls telling you look like Jason Statham, but you're back at your apartment by yourself. What are you gay? That's another common thing in the church.
Hey, did you see him? Did you see him yesterday too? He had his shirt off. He had his
looking pretty gay, looking pretty zesty. Adam, stop the cap, buddy. You don't look like Jason Statham. You're making stories up. Yeah. You're a sociopath. All you do is lie. You're staring at the floor. Why are you so tired anyway, man? You're in Mexico. When I'm in a hot, beautiful environment, I got endless energy.
Yeah, exactly.
And walking around, I haven't slept for more than 3 consecutive hours in 2 years. Have you ever seen me crying about being tired?
Bro, that's some I ain't gonna lie, that's some pussy shit to cry, man. I'm tired, like, come on, man.
You got no family, you got no woman, you're a single man. What are you so tired about?
Yeah,
you're a YouTuber.
What are you tired about?
You're a YouTuber. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
what's wrong with this guy? Hey, Cody too. Cody does that all the time too. Cody all the time. Come on. Oh, guys, I'm so tired. I was just coding for 7 hours. It's like,
you sit at a fucking desk.
I gave you the conclusion. It's the eclipses. It's like, holy shit. Can you turn off your channel forever, please, and stop making this community so damn embarrassing?
Man, you should just retire. I'm telling you, bro. You should just retire. Quit.
You idiots shouting each other all the time. Cody's the only coder worth listening to. Okay. Yeah, if you want to be wrong about everything, if you just want to keep coming to false prediction after false prediction after false conclusion. You know, I did for a while. Cody was doing the same thing as I'm going. Yeah, it's not the Jesuits of the church; it's all Satan. But I noticed lately he stopped doing that, and he is talking about the Jesuits. So Cody obviously has more common sense than Adam. But Adam did come on and try and pretend like he doesn't do that yesterday. But then we noticed after I called him out, then he started to go to his actual ways, like the snake he is.
Yeah,
slithering snake.
A lot of snakes, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we watch any more of this, or should we just wrap it up?
Just wrap it up, bro. This shit's ear rape. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it is. It goes on for another hour. For anybody who wants to give Adam some views, you guys can check out his channel, The Delusion. So
I mean, what are you even gonna learn over there? What? It's like, oh man, how to be a liar, how to look at the floor and shit.
well, you're gonna hear a lot about how great he is. I'll tell you that much. You'll hear about here. You guys go watch his channel and you tell me how small his ego is. Just go watch. And if you can find his older stuff from years ago with him hollering at the ceiling about how he's gonna be the #1 coder.
Yeah,
It's like, listen to this guy's aspirations.
that dude. I'm telling you, man.
It's so bad.
Mental illness, bro, is a real thing.
And there's you can see why his woman left him.
I mean, did he even have a woman? I mean, let's just be honest.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Did he have a woman? Who's this idiot on the screen? That's the delusion.
Yeah, the delusion, aka Adam Edwards, aka Adam the liar, like whatever you want to call him. Yeah, I call him the delusion. That's what he is.
Let's see if we can get one of the. I love when the trolls get real active in the chat, spamming nonsense.
Yeah, that Rudy dude. Yeah.
Before we wrap it up, come on here, man. You get 2 minutes untouched to drop down all the things you want to say. What's your name? Your name is
Rudy World.
DKN99. Come on, man. You get to close us out for 2 minutes. Let's go, DKN99. Bring it.
His right bro, hey, Slick Nick, you're right. Yeah, his right hand is his woman. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is.
Can you imagine a hidden camera there talking to his hands?
Playing with himself.
Statham. Oh man.
Oh shit. He probably sits there and watches Jason.
He compares him. He tells these stories always on the beach. How everyone's comparing him to Jason Statham. He said these people didn't believe him that he wasn't Jason Statham. I was like, come on. Can we put up a picture of the delusion here and Jason Statham?
Fucking having delusions, man. That's why he says it's called the delusion.
Does this look like Adam? Oh man.
Fuck no. Fuck no. That dude would kick his ass, bro.
Have you ever seen a picture of Adam next to a soccer ball? Adam's like,
he can't even play basketball, bro.
Soccer ball, it's amazing. The soccer ball is almost as tall as his legs.
He can't even fucking play basketball. Like I've seen some of this shit when he goes out on the court. This dude can't even, come on, man. Dude looks
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen him on the courts, but
dude, he look weak, man.
He's probably about as tall as Cuts is.
Probably about the same size. Shit. Probably about 4 foot midget level, you know.
Yeah, he's pushing 5 feet there. But no, if you guys want to laugh, you should listen to this guy just brag about himself nonstop, man. It's comical. What's up, Slick Nick?
Hey, Zach, I just want to say thank you so much because just today alone, I turned $40 into $400 just off your knowledge alone.
Well, I bet some of it was your knowledge too. You're great with the work. You don't even need yours truly anymore.
I called in with 1 home run prop today and it smacks. So I learned it from you. I sent a tip on the GematriaEffectNews CashApp. So again, thank you so much. And I just hate these retards just talking all day.
Great day today, man.
I mean,
yeah, Decan didn't show up. I dropped it for Decan. He was busy spamming how we don't know how to predict anything.
He's a bitch. He's not gonna come on here. None of these motherfuckers are gonna come on here. They just talk shit in the chat.
Yeah.
None of them. But I just want to say thank you so much. And you're so hard at work. So it's just crazy how you do everything like this and continue to stride on. So thank you so much. You guys have a great night.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Have a great night, you guys.
Yeah, take care, Slick Nick.
You too, brother.
Yeah, you guys, Slick Nick came into the community. He was a student at Stoneman Douglas High School. And what Slick Nick's talked about on the stream before, as a student there, he didn't know if anything really happened. So,
hey, whatever happened to that one dude, man? The one from Frisco, that one kid that said he was a student there. Whatever happened to him, man? Like, any update from that?
He never called back, and we can imagine maybe someday he will, but we can also imagine how he might have gotten eaten alive by his peers and his friends and his family. We know how it is when we go out and try to share information.
Yeah.
So
Gotta keep a low profile.
I'm trying to go to college.
Yeah, you got to keep a low profile. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But again, you guys, time tends your money. Turning 40 into 400, it's a nice thing to do. It's actually something you can do fairly consistently with this knowledge. You hit a home run prop and you put 2 games together, boom, That's 40 into 400. I guarantee you, he probably had the Cardinals and the Rangers in his home run prop. Pretty, Slick Nick's done well. He's playing with house money. I mean, betting 40 on a home run prop's pretty risky, but he had a good decode on it. So, that's the thing too. If you're betting $40 10 nights in a row on a pick like that, you're probably going to hit at least 2 of them. And if you can do math, let's do math, you guys. If you bet $40 10 nights in a row, that means you're going to lay $400 out there. If you hit 1 time, you're actually going to come out $40 ahead for the week. You'd make a $40 profit. Not bad. That's 10% return. That's better than you're going to do in the market in a week. If you hit 2 times, you're going to make an $80 profit. If you hit 3 times, you're going to make, or I just said 80. No, wrong. Excuse me. No, you'd make a lot more than that. If you hit 2 times in the week, you'd more than double your money, even though you missed the other 8 nights. So again, you guys, we don't teach people to be gambling degenerates. We teach people how to do math and be smart and consistent and just turn smaller bills into bigger bills. And again, understanding the rig, it can be done consistently. It's too bad more people in the community haven't taken the time to do it. And by the way, when we were out across the nation, most of the people who came out and pounded pavement are people who used the knowledge to take advantage of the rig sports, which could afford them to not have to do the slave grind and have an extra day off. So for all you guys who, you just stay on the slave grind and you can't escape it, this knowledge is a way to escape the slave grind. That's another thing that you can do with the knowledge. All right. You want to do the closing word, Richard? I'm going to get out of here.
Nah, bro, I'm good, man. But hey, anybody out there, man, stop letting fucking the delusion lie to you, man. Stop letting this goofy lie to you.
Stared at the floor the whole time and lied to his audience.
Sitting there talking about he looked like Jason Strahan. Like, come on, man, get real.
Or Statham.
Doing a disservice.
It's Jason Statham's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, he's gonna turn 59.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, yeah. Hey, Matt, if you're out there, bro, quit faking it, bro. Quit faking it.
Yeah. Again, just Matt. Matt's sitting here attacking the way Sebastian looks, and then he's a Christian. Yeah. Is that Christian behavior to be attacking other people because of their appearance?
Nah, hell no. And it's like, like I get it. I ain't gonna lie, dude. When I was watching it yesterday, I rewatched it back on playback. Sebastian shouldn't even have mentioned that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know. I just heard people yelling from the other room, and then I heard something about soy boy this.
Yeah, it was a shouting match, bro. Like I'm telling you, for like 2 minutes straight.
How did it start? What happened?
Huh?
How did it start?
It started because Sebastian started talking about like the inconsistencies with the Bible and shit, and people were like, "No, just keep it to LeBron." Matt kept saying, "No, bro, believe in Jesus or some shit like that." And it's like, bro, what do you like? You know what I mean? And then he started calling him a soy boy, and then they started arguing. So
I see, because he was attacking his religion, then he had to attack his appearance.
Yeah, well, you see what he was talking about you. He was saying you was a shill and all this shit, spamming that shit. Like he's done my post too. I had to block him for doing that.
Sebastian himself is a suspect person, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to him off camera, but it's like, dude, like, and I even tell him, like, dude,
how did he end up in a relationship with the woman who trolls with cuts and the other?
Oh, Julie. That's a funny story, man. I don't know, but he claimed. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to talk shit on Sebastian, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been with a lot of women in my life, bro, but come on, Sebastian, you can't be proud of that shit. Like when I was talking to him, dude, because I talked to him on Discord and shit, and I'd be hitting him up, and he's like, "Man, my biggest accomplishment was smashing Julie." I'm like, bro, that's that, dude. Come on, man, you can't be bragging about that. She's a 40-year-old has-been who's been passed around like a blunt. Come on, man.
But yeah, I just don't even understand how he ended up around her. She's part of the troll network, so I thought
she tried to get at me, bro. I had to pass her up. I said, "Nah, I ain't with none of that." I ain't with none of that. She been around with Cuts. Like, come on, man. You let Cuts. Come on, bro. Well, I mean, I doubt Cuts even did that, but come on, man.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of strange characters around here, but anyway. Yeah. Anyway, enough of the drama time. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for figuring out that guy was a snake in the grass. Because it makes me wonder who else is a snake in the grass that comes on here and pretends really isn't. Yeah. Who else is ripping off the work? I mean, God. And you guys, you really got to think about that. He comes over here, he like jots down what I said, goes and repeats it word for word on his channel and gets more views. What?
Yeah. Yeah. He's sitting here lying and faking like a Jamaican, just sitting here faking. What's up, brother? Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Indeed. All right,
All
man.
right, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Later, Richard. And
All
shout out
right.
to Open Up for always being generous. Another great contributor to the community. I'll have to look into the David Johnson thing. Is that how he spells his name? That's a weird way to spell Johnson. I've never seen it like that. David Johnson. Gotta be some gematria behind that spelling. I'm also just thinking of a black actor with the surname Johnson. I remember the 90s, the Big Johnson t-shirts, the new Black Panther. David Johnson to play T'Challa. To be fair, Johnson is the most common surname. Let's see what else we got here. And shout out to The Voice, the bodyguard, the boxer. Yeah, you don't need to know who the delusion is. We just had to address a little bit of his lunacy. Sociopathic liar, totally dishonest. But you know what? That's the thing about religion, man. People who are into his religion, they're just gonna go along with. They're like, I'm into his lies. He's in the same cult as me. I like his lies. I trust him. He's in my cult. You're not. Which is exactly why religion was given to us. So it'd be just like that, tribal, just dividing over nonsense, fighting over nonsense, instead of uniting to defeat the thing that's screwing us all over. You might be this religion, that religion. You're likely part of the working class, the average human being who's being exploited, lied to, and overtaxed, and also being driven more and more to the cliff. So if you can't see that and how you need to join the human cause to stop that, then I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you, man. I don't know how people can't see the forest for the trees. Been trying to wake them up. You can't get mad at me because it hasn't happened. There's not enough people trying to do the right thing. So anyway, we'll leave it there. Have a good night, all. Till next time, True Seeker.